It's been a whirlwind of a week here on British Stand, with politics dominating the headlines and scandal lurking around every corner. Every turn we make reveals a new controversy surrounding our Prime Minister. In today's video, we're diving deep into the chaotic world of political manoeuvring, focusing particularly on Keir Starmer's frantic attempts to bury a story that has the potential to derail his career as corruption claims loom ever closer. But that's not all. We'll also be covering the latest developments from across the country, so stick around. But first, take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Join our rapidly growing community. Awi Alerti, chief political correspondent at The Times, has issued a stark warning about Keir Starmer's precarious position following his controversial decision to repay £6,000 worth of gifts and hospitality. Alerti doesn't mince words, suggesting that this move reeks of desperation as Starmer scrambles to bury a story that could have serious implications for his leadership. In an eye-opening interview, Alerti described the unexpected Downing Street statement as a surprise that came almost out of the blue. This sudden turn of events has reignited speculation regarding the handling of the freebies saga, and Alerti believes there might be more beneath the surface than meets the eye. The central question remains: why is Starmer only repaying part of the money? Alerti highlights the troubling nature of the repayments, noting that around £40,000 worth of gifts and hospitality still linger in the shadows of scrutiny. He emphasised the lack of explanation as to why Starmer is repaying some amounts while ignoring others. This repayment comes at a time when Labour has faced significant backlash for accepting substantial sums from wealthy donors, further complicating Starmer's situation. During a recent appearance in Brussels, Starmer defended his decision, insisting, "We came in as a government of change, and now we are going to bring forward principles for donations." He added that he felt it was right to make these repayments until clearer principles were established. This commitment follows Labour's pledge to clean up politics if they were to assume power, a promise that now seems to be hanging in the balance. Insiders suggest that Starmer feels a sense of guilt for not adhering to the rules, and he desperately wants to bury this story to shift the narrative in his favour. After all, the last thing he needs is for voters to associate his leadership with scandal and controversy. However, there are theories floating around that suggest there's a lot more at play here. Some speculate about the possibility of deeper corruption coinciding with Lord Ali's ongoing investigation. This has raised eyebrows and sparked curiosity about the true motives behind Starmer's decisions. What do you think? Why has Starmer chosen to repay only £6,000? I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. In other news, the UK government recently announced that it will relinquish sovereignty over the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. This significant shift marks the end of British control over the region, which has been in place since 1814. The Chagos Islands were detached from Mauritius in 1965, forming the British Indian Ocean Territory, a decision that was contentious and fraught with legal implications. The announcement was made in a joint statement by the British and Mauritian Prime Ministers, effectively concluding decades of often tense negotiations between the two nations. Among the islands lies the crucial tropical atoll of Diego Garcia, which has served as a military base for the US government. The base has been pivotal in supporting American naval operations and long-range bomber aircraft, serving as a strategic asset in a region increasingly marked by geopolitical tensions among Western powers, India and China. The UK government has stated that it will recognise Mauritius's sovereignty over the Chagos Islands under a new agreement, while also securing the rights to operate the military base at Diego Garcia for at least the next 99 years. This historic agreement has been hailed as a monumental moment in British-Mauritian relations, showcasing a mutual commitment to resolving disputes peacefully and upholding the rule of law. Foreign Secretary David Lammy expressed confidence that today's agreement ensures the future viability of this vital military base. Meanwhile, former Prime Minister Boris Johnson previously emphasised the importance of the UK-US relationship, noting that the base played a significant role during the Gulf Wars and the Allied invasion of Afghanistan. The stakes are undeniably high, the question looms: what happens if the UK relinquishes control? Critics argue that Mauritius could bypass the UK altogether and broker a deal directly with the US. Moreover, a future Mauritian government might choose to shut down the base or allow China to establish their own military presence, posing a significant risk to British strategic interests in the region. Tory leadership, hopeful Robert Jenrick, was scathing in his criticism of the British Indian Ocean Territory deal, labelling it a dangerous capitulation that compromises Britain's strategic interests. For context, the Chagos Islands were effectively colonised when the UK detached them from Mauritius in 1965, a decision that has been the subject of ongoing legal and ethical disputes. In the early 1970s, nearly 2,000 residents were forcibly removed to make way for the airbase on Diego Garcia, which was leased to the United States in 1966. In 2019, the World Court ruled that Britain should relinquish control of the islands and condemned the forced removal of the population. The UK has since apologised for the actions taken against the Chagosians, promising to return the islands when they are no longer required for military purposes. Yet, until recently, the UK maintained that Mauritius had no legitimate claim to the islands. In lighter news, Prince William has shared that he lost his voice while celebrating Aston Villa's thrilling victory over Bayern Munich last night. The Prince, a lifelong supporter of the West Midlands club, was spotted cheering alongside his inner circle as Villa secured their first home win in the Champions League, or European Cup, in decades. As the minutes ticked away, William and his friends watched nervously, but when substitute John Duran lobbed Bayern's seasoned goalkeeper Manuel Neuer, the Prince and the 42,000-strong crowd erupted in jubilation. In the wake of the historic win, Prince William remarked, "I've lost my voice. I can't quite believe it." He recalled meeting former Aston Villa players who were instrumental in the club's glory days, including the 1982 European Cup final when Villa triumphed over Bayern 1-0. The exhilaration of victory after so many years adds to the rich tapestry of British sports history. So, what are your thoughts on the stories we've discussed today? I invite you to share your opinions in the comments section below. If you haven't done so already, please drop a like on this video and subscribe to our channel for more British content. Thank you for your support, and take care. Goodbye.